As the autumn leaves began to turn fiery shades of red and orange, Harry, a seasoned store clerk at Halloween Haven Emporium, found himself lost in nostalgia. It was that time of year again when Halloween decorations adorned the shelves, and eerie specials filled the store's aisles. Harry had always loved this season, and each year, setting up the Halloween displays brought back a flood of cherished memories. He and his friends, a merry band of misfits, would spend weeks planning their routes and strategizing on which houses had the best treats. Harry's family couldn't afford to buy him a store-bought costume, but he had a secret weapon: his cousin, Sarah. Every year, Sarah would help him create the most imaginative costumes from whatever they could find at home. Those homemade costumes have been some of the best he'd ever worn. But one year, the year when Star Wars fever had gripped the nation, and the majority of his friends had purchased store-bought Star Wars costumes, Harry had wanted to be Darth Vader more than anything. He watched his friends parade around as their favorite Star Wars characters, while he wore a homemade costume. It had been a disappointment that had stayed with him over the years. Reflecting on his own childhood memories, Harry couldn't help but contrast them with the present. As he gazed at the rows of shelves lined with prepackaged costumes and store-bought treats, Harry couldn't help but feel a pang of sadness. Times had changed. Nowadays, his daughter simply bought bags of candy to hand out to his grandkids, who were more interested in video games than embarking on magical Halloween quests. Remember when we used to roam the neighborhood, bags in hand, eagerly knocking on every door? He thought to himself. Those were the days when kids would trade candy and spooky tales with their pals, their laughter filling the streets. Harry sighed, reflecting on the Halloween memories that had meant so much to him. His mind wandered to a particularly terrifying story from his youth, one that had been etched into the folklore of their neighborhood. It was the tale of Eric, a brave soul who knocked on the door of the house they were all afraid of, the one rumored to be haunted. To everyone's shock, Eric was pulled inside, and the doors slammed shut behind him. The horror in their hearts turned into a frenzy of guilt and dread as they ran away from the haunted house, leaving their friend behind. But as it turned out, the haunted house was none other than Eric's uncle's place. He was a retired vet who had a penchant for pranks and had been in on the elaborate ruse all along. They had all been unwitting participants in a Halloween joke, and laughter replaced their terror. Chuckling at the memory, Harry decided that he had a wealth of stories and life lessons worth sharing with his grandchildren. He yearned to impart the same sense of adventure and excitement he had experienced during his own Halloween escapades. But where should he start? How could he turn his memories into a meaningful legacy? Turning to the internet for guidance, he stumbled upon memoriesinwriting.com. Their do-it-yourself memoir workbook seemed like the perfect starting point for his writing journey. Although they offered a spiral-bound version and a memoir interview service, Harry decided that using a computer would be more convenient. With excitement and determination, Harry subscribed to the Memories in Writing online do-it-yourself memoir workbook platform and began his writing journey. He poured his heart and soul into the digital pages, recounting tales of Halloween adventures, childhood friendships, and the valuable life lessons he had learned along the way. He uploaded photos and added captions. The process was reflective, therapeutic, and provided an easy way to capture his story, in his words, his legacy. When he finished, Memories in Writing worked their magic, transforming his entries and the photos into a beautifully designed book. Harry was ecstatic when his book arrived. It was the labor of love, a collection of his memories and life lessons. He couldn't wait to share it with his grandchildren, to show them that there was more to life than screens and video games, that real adventures and lasting memories were out there, waiting to be made. As he held the book in his hands, Harry felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He had captured a piece of his life, and now it would live on in the hearts of his grandchildren and their children. The lessons, the laughter, and the spooky Halloween stories would continue to be shared, ensuring that his memories would never fade away. They would live on for generations to come.
The Haunting Memories of Halloween. Written by Memories in Writing with the assistance of AI.